What's up, bro? This is Philip with the Bicycle Podcast. I'm gonna make this short because it doesn't need to be long. You know what I mean? But what I was gonna say is that, like, some people complain that somebody changed once they started like making money. You know what I mean? You have a lot of friends, and then one of them start making like a lot of money, or something good happens to them, and then they change who they are, and then people get surprised. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if somebody is working at this job, right, and then something big changes, and then they end up working at this other job where they're making this much money compared to this much, you do not expect them to stay the same. Like, bro, they just can't stay the same because you have to change your mind the more you're evolving. You can't live like in 2025 the way you used to live in the 90s or in the 70s. It's just gonna be really hard. So you gotta change. You gotta change with the environment. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that you have to like leave everybody else behind. It's just that you have to change the way you think, because you can't be bringing in this much and think like you're bringing in this much. You just, it kind of doesn't work like that. It could work like that, but I mean, it's just better to think the way things are. You know what I mean? But they also say somebody who forgot where they came from also doesn't know where they're going. So you gotta make sure you're not forgetting people that made you who you are. You know what I mean? Think big, think really big. You know, grow up. If your finances are growing up faster than you're growing up, if you're like 20 or 19 or 21 and you're making too big, you gotta think big. You know what I mean? You can't think small when you're big. Big people don't think small. So yeah, people change. You just gotta get used to it. The only thing that is bad about changing after when you're making a lot of money, or when you're like in a much bigger position than you was in, is when you forget where you came from and forget your people, and that's when the bad thing comes in. I feel like that's really bad. But as far as changing in general, you have to change. Like, you just can't stay the same after things have changed. You know what I mean? Life changes and people change with it. And people getting angry that you're changed. People getting angry because you change the way you behave because your life changes. That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I feel like they just have to get used to it. Oh, you have to get used to it. Don't forget your people, though. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that as soon as your life changes, you should like go away and forget everybody else. No, but you can't think. I'm just saying that you cannot think the same way you was thinking before things changed. Like, you have to change with life. So stop accusing people of changing because their life changed. You know what I mean? If you was you too, you could have changed. I mean, bro, come on. It's just normal. People change and life changes and they change with it. It's not evolution, but something like that. Anyway, Peace. Wakanda forever.